Well, somehow I'm going to continue what Graham started. Energy production is the source of our economic growth, social development, basically our existence on this planet. At the end of the day, if I look at energy production for the last several decades, I would call the previous decade or maybe a century, I would color it in black, because we're burning coal and we're burning oil in order to get energy, polluting the environment, influencing the climate. We all would like to live in a world which is in energy production green. But moving from the black or the gray today, because we have learned to burn a little bit more of other things like gas. We're using nuclear, more or less successful. We are using also other forms of renewables. But in order to move from the black-gray into the green, we have to add, do we like it or not, the orange of the nuclear. And of course, we have to make 100% safe and sound. The nuclear energy has specifics, and the specifics of that is, probably I'll describe that as specifics and also problems in 3 points. Number one, when you use the nuclear fuel at the end of the process, not unlike the burning coal or oil, you get byproducts. Some of them can be dangerous for the environment, like CO2. You get a product which consists of mainly 2 parameters. One of them is spent nuclear fuel, which in fact is a useful product because we are using only a very small portion of its energy. So we have 2 solutions for that, either to basically storage it for the next generation to use it or to reprocess it. And the second part is the real nuclear waste, which must be reprocessed. The second thing is the nuclear fuel has also military and political implications. So we have here again several solutions. The one, international sort of agreements or laws, or we have to try to basically limit the know-how, or we have to try to limit the basically proliferation of technology, hardware, which is very difficult. And the fourth one is to manage the nuclear fuel, because that's the core of the weapon. And the fourth one, at the end of the day, as Graham said, those countries who produce nuclear energy, and control the nuclear energy, specifically nuclear fuel that have the know-how, that number, luckily, the companies and the countries are limited. So our proposal is pretty simple, that we have a historic chance today, including April of this year, to come up with an idea of an international public-private partnership when the main stakeholders, states and the companies come together voluntarily to create a system which will manage the nuclear fuel worldwide in a fuel cycle, starting from production up to storage or recycling. And ideally, it will be great if the fuel will be leased to anybody. The institution, of course, must be built from bottom to up. It must be voluntarily. It must not be in contradiction with existing institutions or laws. And of course, ideally, it must include as many countries or companies as possible. So, to repeat again what our goal is, to try to use this unique opportunity in April of 2010 and to present to those countries who have access to know-how, knowledge and the nuclear fuel, encourage them to come together to create international public-private partnership that controls, cooperates, maintains and also uses that for the benefit of both suppliers and also those who need the nuclear fuel for their domestic demands. Thank you.
Good.